Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Brothers. Today we are going to talk about mounting external storage. Connecting your Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2 account to the Spark so you can directly read and write files using ABFSS paths in your Synapse notebooks. Often we want to do this, and I have shown you how to do that in Azure Synapse. But here is a case, let's say when we created this workspace, then what we did, we connected our storage with that workspace, and that's where we've been writing the data or reading the data. So you can see that this is my Synapse workspace, and if I go this to the Synapse workspace is right here open, and you can go and go back. Actually, let me show you. And this is a storage account. This is a ADLS Gen 2. You can see that a hierarchical namespace is enabled, so that make it a ADLS Gen 2 account. Now what happened, when I created this workspace, I attached this account with it, and this is the account I add. So now if I go to the here in the data and go to linked, I see this account here, and every time I need to access anything from this container or the folders in that container, I can simply go ahead and right click here and say, hey, select top 100 rows, and this is using serverless SQL pool and giving me the data. The same way I can go right here and say, hey, create me a new notebook and load to the data frame. And what's going to happen is going to run that and give me the data frame df and read this data from customer CSV. So you can see that. So this is using this path. So this is a container name, and this is my story name, and this is the folder on which this customer CSV file is sitting now. So all this is great, but sometime you might have to have a different storage account that you want to use it here. So that's what I'm going to show you today. Now first of all, as we see that, I'm going to take you back to the MS Paint, and it is telling you, hey, we need to create the ADLS storage account first, then provide the permission to the Synapse identity, and then we are going to go ahead and once the role is assigned, then we are going to take a look or query the data from those files. So let's go back here in the portal.azure.com, and here I'm going to create a new storage account. So we are creating ADLS Gen 2 account. So I'm going to call this one ADLS maybe Gen 2, okay, Tech Brothers. Okay, now this is the name of our storage account, and then I'm going to go to the next, and here actually I should be going to the advanced here. Okay, let me go back to previous here, and then go to advanced here, and then select this enable hierarchical namespace. That's what it will make it a Gen 2. Rest of everything is basic. We just provided the name. I have a resource group and I have subscription, and no problem. But the only thing what you need to do in the advanced tab, you will be selecting enable a hierarchical namespace. That's gonna make this one as a Gen 2 data lake storage. So now we go ahead and create this. Let's hit create button. It's going to take a couple of minutes maybe, or even less, and this resource will be ready. Okay, our resource is ready. We can go to the resource here, and what we are going to do, we are going to create a container. I'm going to call this container maybe a test container. Okay, test container, and then once the test container is created, we can create a directory, maybe call it input file directory or whatever you want to call. And we have input directory here. Now in the input directory, I'm going to go ahead and load a file, so I can browse to my documents here, and then I'm going to look for the customer, and then I'm going to load the customer file. So I can load any file, actually it doesn't really matter. I have some files sitting there, and let's go ahead and load one of them. So now we have the file ready. So this ADLS Gen 2 storage is not attached to the Synapse as of now. So remember that this is the old storage we have already attached to it. So now we would like to query this data, and we want to add that to the Azure Synapse Azure Synapse workspace. So here is our file. So I'm going to go ahead and try to add that. So before I add here in the linked services, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give some permissions. So I will go to this storage, and in the storage I will go to the access control, and here I'm going to give some access. So add role assignment. As we will be reading and writing the data to this storage, I would like to give blob storage contributor. Okay, so I'm going to select a storage blob data contributor role here, and then hit next, and then I'm going to select the manage identity. So remember that we have this Synapse, and that's what I would like to do. So Synapse workspace, and this is the workspace for which I would like to provide the permission. So I'm going to go ahead and execute that one, and review and assign. And if you go back there to the role assignments, now you're gonna see your Synapse manage identity right here, and this is added, and the role we have given is storage blob contributor. Now this is great. One more thing I need to do, as I will be the person who is gonna read the data from that file, and also by using a serverless SQL pool or with the notebook, I also need the permission. Because what happens, Synapse internally uses your ADD user identity to access the data, so it doesn't use the manage identity. But if you are running through the pipeline, you don't need to give the permission, but as I will be using the UI, and that's where I need the permission. So I'm going to go back here, and then go to the access here and add the role, and in this role I'm going to give the same permission. So I'm going to say blob storage contributor data contributor, and the next, and then instead of manage identity this time, I'm going to add my name. So I'm going to be, this is my user, so I added that one, and then review and assign. So that's it. Now you can go ahead and take a look on the role assignment, and here you will see, let me refresh, and these are two roles are which we have given. Right there we have this Azure Synapse workspace, that's a managed identity, and then we have the role called storage blob data contributor, and I added my account as well, because I will be querying the data from the UI, and by using a serverless SQL pool or the notebook. Now let's go back here, and in this case we have multiple ways to connect data storage here. One way, we can go to data and click on linked here, and then we can go from here, and right here, one second, let me refresh. Right here on the plus sign, I can plus sign here and say connect to external data, and that's the one way to go from here. So it is already showing me right here, hey, you want to connect to this Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2. That's the option I would like to use. I'm going to cancel this. I'm going to show you another way around too. So you can go to manage here, and then you can go to the external connections, and here you will be going to link services. That's the same thing what you are doing from there as well. So there are two different places, you can add them. So here you already see that we have one on Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2 attached to it. That is when we created this workspace. So I'm going to go ahead and click new, and here it is showing you a lot of more options here, and we are interested in ADLS Gen 2. So search for it, and once you find it, it's right here, and now we are going to hit continue, and now leave this connect via integration runtime, auto resolve, and all that. And here you will be using system assign manage identity. Remember that we have given the permission as well to this blob storage, and we use the manage identity. So that's why we are leaving this here, and then I'm going to select my subscription, and then select the storage account. So in this case our storage account is the let me refresh, and this is our storage account, so Gen 2. So we are all good here. Let's test it, and now we should be fine. It should complete successfully, and now we can go ahead and create. Now I'm going to go ahead and publish. So in case if I will make any changes, the next time it's not deleted, So now once we did it, it will be published, and it will be available for us to use. I could have given a very nice name, but I just left the name as is, so that's fine. But you can see that now we have two linked to the different blob storage accounts, so ADLS Gen 2. So here, if I will go back to my data now and refresh this tab here, I'm going to see that storage account here too. So now you can go to the test container, and in the test container, remember that we have input directory. So if I take you back here in the container, test container, and here is our input directory, and this was the file. So now this file is there. I can simply right click here and say select top 100 rows, and it is used in an open row set, and it is used in a serverless SQL pool. Same way, I don't have to worry writing all the code in the notebooks and all that. I can go to right here, right click and say new notebook and load to the data frame. So now it is already using this container and storage, and then also telling me where exactly is the that directory or the folder, and what file I'm accessing. I can simply go ahead and execute now, and once I execute, I have to actually select the pool because sometimes turn off, and now it is going to take a couple of minutes to start and then show us the data. So this is how you will actually create your ADLS Gen 2, then create all those directories or folders or whatever you want, and then in the your workspace you will be able to create a linked service here and then use okay, so maybe this is there is another notebook that's running it, and I'm gonna just close this one because that's using all the vCores and what else. Let me close all those, and this is just closing SQL and everything. Now we should be fine, because remember that different users can use the same Apache pool, and if some session is already open and using all those things, vCores is not gonna be. I am what exactly I'm doing. I'm gonna copy this, I'm gonna close this, and let's see. Let's go back to the container. I'm gonna do this as a new so as of now, actually I'm gonna close this entire workspace here and come back. So just to make it more refresh copy. So go to the studio, now go to the development, and here is let's go to the data linked, and we see that this is our storage, and this is our container. Go to the directory, and this is our file, and I want to create a notebook and load this data to the data frame. So now I'm going to select my Apache Spark pool, and language is Apache Spark, we already know that. Run this. I'm not sure which other notebook is used in this, so let's go to monitor and take a look if we have any running. So if I go to the Apache Spark applications, and here is one running, and not sure why this is running. Let me see what is this one. Maybe I have executed and then never get a chance to take a look on this one. Okay, so let's go back here in the notebooks now, and then we should execute now. I think we should be fine now because we have canceled the other running notebook, and that was taking the resources, and now we should be fine. Let's go back to monitor again, and here everything is stopped and not sure, and I'm gonna go ahead and say status running, and then see refresh. Nothing is running, so I'm not sure. Spark session, batch jobs, I don't have anything really here, so I'm not sure why this is giving me the issue. So this should be just fine if I'm running the new. So I'm gonna copy this and close this notebook, and now if I will go ahead and open a new notebook, I'm gonna actually delete this notebook as well. So it shouldn't be issue though. I'm just not able to find what is the issue here. So if I execute now and then say execute, select the Apache pool, now it is the pool was stopped and now it's running. So I think this is some error on the back end. I don't think so this is a really issue, because I have actually auto scaling as well. So I have 10 nodes, and it should shift to the more nodes if it is like, hey, with the 3 nodes only 12 vCores are available, fully utilized. Now it should be like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and add the more nodes to it. So I think this is some internal error on the Apache Spark side. Okay, it's great. I think it was just a cluster was not behaving, so that's fine. Okay, great. So we can see that it has read the file, and then we could have done header true and all those kind of options here, but anyways, we have read the entire file, and in the data frame def, and then we have display the data frame output by using the display function here. So this is how you will be adding a new storage account to your Synapse workspace, and then you will be able to write your even a SQL, or you will be writing a notebook to access by using ABFFSS, and you will be using container name, and then your storage, and then this part will stay the constant as is, and then you will have directory and the files. So I thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel. I hope this video is helpful to you.